Hi, we're Chris and Teresa, and we would love to guide you on your fiber arts journey. We own a successful fiber processing mill and online needle felting business, experienced at raising all fiber animals, and have renovated a 100-year-old school into a fiber arts retreat center.
Processing, needle felting, yarn, roving, fiber animals, and sustainable agriculture are all topics discussed here. Think of this as your one-stop shop for advice, information, tips, and getting your questions answered on all things from farm to needle. So pull up a seat, make sure you're cozy, and get ready to be inspired while you learn. This is EweTube. Welcome to EweTube 173. We're back here in our studio, and I have a little ram update. So,
Ram update?
I've been sharing about the rams and their naughtiness, and this last week, they stayed where they were supposed to. And then one day, Jeff had to bring bales to several of the pens. So to get a bale over to pen 1, you have to drive through pens 2, 3, and 4. And so I have to open the gate for him when he drives through and puts the bale. The pen number 4 didn't need a bale. Pen number 3 didn't need a bale, but number 2 did. So I got him into the first pen, and then I'm getting him into the second pen. I'm opening the gate, and I can see Wrinkles. He's standing there looking at the other ewes on the other side, and I'm screaming at him, but he doesn't care about screaming. And I was like, just stay back, stay back. And so the tractor's going through, and as soon as Jeff gets through with the tractor, he runs top speed after. And I tried to slam the gate, and I missed him. And
Bummer.
he got into the next pen with one of the fluffy rams.
And the fluffy ram didn't like that, I bet.
They didn't like it. No, neither one of them did. But I don't know how you can say this on YouTube. He did stuff. Anyway, he got in there. And then they started, ramming each other. And I was so mad because I could have had it. Or what we should have done is taken all of these sheep out of this first pen and put them, or the fourth pen. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth pen and put them in the barn. Shut the door. And then open the gate. And that's what I would do next time. I didn't know he was going to be that persistent. So then the next gate, he was busy here, so he didn't care about getting in with the torts. And the torts apparently didn't care. They were way on the other side, so they didn't care. So I didn't have the problem in the next 2 pens. So he put the bale in the pen 2, and then pen 1, he had to move the bale because he had put that one over the fence. So he had to move it into the middle, into the bale feeder. And they were fine. It was just Wrinkles. So then we had to get Wrinkles back in. We had to get Wrinkles out. So we tried to chase them all in, and they're just so busy fighting with each other that they won't chase. And so we got them
because they just ram each other.
Yeah. And you never know when they just might ram you. And it would hurt. So we got them into the barn, and we shut the door finally. And we were going to chase them all into this other pen and then try and get all the ewes back over where they're supposed to and leave Wrinkles. So Jeff's chasing them. I had the gate. And so they all run through, and Wrinkles is the last one. So I decided
to slam it on his face.
I just slammed it. And they don't, if they ram something, they don't just ram it. They jump up in the air and just give it all they've got. I was like, I'm sure glad I didn't have anything stuck in there or in the way, or it was
That's what
broken.
He did to the fence?
Yes, and he didn't break the gate.
Good.
But I kept him out, and Jeff was in the process of getting mad at me because that wasn't the plan. I was like,
oh my goodness.
I came up with a new plan in the midst of this happening because he was separate.
Yes, so here we go.
Yeah, so we just moved. Yeah, we figured it out. We put all them over there, and then it was, more work, but he was at least separate, and it was done.
Yeah. Good job.
I don't look forward to feeding bales again.
Well, it'll be done, right? When's it done?
It'll be
This whole breed
before
thing.
Christmas. A little bit before Christmas.
It's a little ways yet.
We like to give them enough time to get
Enough time to make sure it sticks, huh?
Because obviously they aren't done.
Apparently not.
Because there was things going on. Yeah.
I guess I would ask more questions on this, but we don't want to be flagged for indecency. Do they all cycle at different times, I suppose? Mm-hmm. Oh.
You can get them all to
Yes.
cycle at the same time with help.
In vitro?
No, it's called cedars. It's complicated.
Oh.
We did it with our cows.
Yeah?
My dad
Yes,
did it for years.
yes.
And they would all come in to heat at the same time.
Mm-hmm. And so then you get this done in one fell swoop.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And you can do that with sheep.
Oh.
But we don't. So we try.
This is more natural, I bet.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot less work.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Now we know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they haven't broken through. And we have had them, we've watched them, and it's kind of satisfying to see them jump up in the air and just ram into the fence that Jeff put that board in the middle of, and it doesn't do anything. Yeah. So if they decide they're gonna get through, you just back up. But I mean, I had that, and even Jeff's little quick latches that I demonstrated last time, he didn't break that or anything.
Oh, he didn't.
So, it's nice.
So did he fall down and shake his head like blah, 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 blah,
No. No, he was very stunned that I took his girls away.
Oh.
And
Thought he had a whole new crew, huh?
I laughed.
You laughed.
I get mad at them. They're so dumb. Yeah, other than that, there's been no other excitement out in the sheep farm.
Well, that's good. Other than what's supposed to be going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think last time we were talking about me getting the new academy ready, and it is all ready, and we had an amazing, it was an entire Black Friday week sale and Cyber Monday, and it went amazing.
very good.
We got so many new members and so many new people in the academy and existing members in the academy, and it's just been really fun to see. I'm getting notifications to check it, and it's just like my own Facebook.
Your own little crew.
I know, with people
Love it.
that have all the same interests.
That's awesome.
Been really, really fun. I mean, it's like a Facebook you want to look at. You know, where there's some things on Facebook who cares? And this is all about things that we love.
That's pretty cool.
And people that are interested in the same things.
Pretty cool.
So, and lots of activity in there where they're sharing pictures, they're excited about this course or that course, and they're making this, and they have goals. And
So cool.
Some of them want to get good enough by the time the safari comes around next
Oh,
September,
sweet.
which is exciting. So hopefully we can help them with that. And I just put a new course in there, so I've been trying to do...
Is that this little dude?
Yeah, so I've been trying to do Christmas ornaments or Christmas decor, just easy things to do with your family or, you know, to make as gifts. And I came up with this. These are the...
little gnomes. They're
little gnomes,
adorable.
or they could be little Santas. This happens to be the one that my kitty got a hold of.
Oh, well.
It's a little roughed up, but... Anyway,
Pretty
they're really,
cute.
really easy. And I have little tutorial in my academy showing you exactly how to do it. It's easy, quick. And it's going to be fun to see all the pictures of people making them.
And you're going to have yarn for sale, too, to do the little
just for
beards?
those, yep. But it'll only be available to Academy members because there's no need for anybody else to have these.
Yep.
And so,
Pretty cool. Lucky Academy members. Yeah. We both had, and I'm sure you all did, we pray you all did, a wonderful Thanksgiving. We had a very blessed Thanksgiving with families. It's
yes,
good.
Very good.
Good.
Nice weather.
For
My
travel.
entire family was here. So,
Mine was too. Yep, it was fun. Yeah, we had some questions.
Yes. So is the new Academy part of the Mighty Networks format? And yes, yeah, that is the one that I picked. I had studied all of the different, there's a lot of different platforms out there, and I was trying to figure out what is best for what I want to do. I wanted to build more on the community side. I already had all the courses and everything in my old academy, which was doing, fine. I just wanted more ways for us to communicate with each other and share pictures and get to know each other and inspire each other. So that's why I chose, it was very much based on community. And it's really easy to use was another reason I chose it. And it has an app that you can use, and I can do lives right in there. And yeah, many reasons, but those were the main ones.
Good stuff.
Have you figured out exactly what makes your wool perfect for felting? Do the individual fibers have more crimp? Are fibers longer than merino fibers? Or is it just magic?
What is it, Teresa?
It's more crimp.
The wavier crimp.
Yes. And there's just, so it's known as like coarser.
Medium grade wool.
Which, and I think it has more of the scales. I don't, this is just rougher. My thought.
Yeah, rougher.
It just sticks together better.
Yeah.
It just felts quicker. So if you have like a merino, which is really, really smooth and soft, but it doesn't stick together like what we have. And that's because it's so soft, and I don't think it has as much crimp in the scales because it's so smooth and straight.
And if you compare the two, because I often do in the mill when we do tours, if you look at the merino, and I know we've done this in the how to wash wool, to try to discern whether just looking at two fleeces, is that a fine wool fleece or is that a medium growth? We should actually have two fleeces. The crimp are super close together is your fine wool, and it's more like a wave is the medium grade. Whereas you can definitely see where the crimp are so close together, it's like centimeters. Whereas the wave on the Romney is just more of like, yeah. It's an easy way to.
But when you think of it getting it solid, so it gets really, really solid, doesn't move around. It's really fast to felt with. And so my thought is it's got to have something to do with the scales.
It's got to, yeah.
Because what else would hold it together so well?
The composition of that fiber is just.
Yeah. So you can felt with merino. It does felt. It's just, it takes a little longer.
And targy and, those other fine wools.
It takes longer, and it doesn't hold its shape because it doesn't get as solid. It's not as packed together as Romney. And then, so we've been doing crosses, as you may have noticed. And, we're trying to cross it so it's softer because we want it to feel soft. But we want it to felt really well. So I've been experimenting with crosses, and I think we have found some
going pretty well.
Some pretty good.
The genetics are pretty spot on.
Yeah. And there's a little magic. Did you design the dancing lamb and create the videos? So at the end of the videos, there's been an adorable dancing lamb, and I just happened to pawn them, and it's on a royalty-free site, and I came upon one. I was like, this is the cutest thing I've ever seen, and I need it. And then I saved that one, and then you couldn't just search for dancing sheep, it wouldn't come up. So then I had to just keep scrolling. So all night, I think I found another one, and I would show Jeff, and he's like, yeah, that's nice, dear. And I was so excited. I found another one. Here's another dancing sheep. Here's one waving. And so I saved all of them because I knew they would be good.
And they're pretty cute.
They're just cute. I didn't make them. I found them, and I just put them in our videos with words. So, yeah, I didn't animate them.
They're pretty cute, though.
Yeah, I would love to animate.
Someday.
It's a little learning curve. I don't know if I have time for that right now. What software learning platform did you switch academy to? So that is the Mighty Networks. That's what we chose. Please share how and what you have learned in working with the challenges of online learning.
What would you recommend advice for someone starting now? Whoa. And what would you do differently?
There's a lot of things.
That is huge.
And when I started doing it, I didn't start just teaching online. I started with the kits. And then the kits, they wanted to learn more. They wanted to learn more advanced skills. So then I couldn't put that into a kit because it was just a little too difficult to just see in pictures and words what I wanted them to do. So then I thought videos. So I just started that on my website. And thankfully, I have a really good website developer gal named Jill. And she's been with me for years and years. And she knows the ins and outs. She knows everything that I do. She knows, from the beginning. She actually, way back when, had a yarn shop and is interested in fiber arts as well. So she knew everything about what I wanted to do. And so that was helpful in saying, I want to teach this online. And so she would say, you need this plugin. We can put this plugin. I can set that up for you. And that's how we started. A lot of it I try and do myself to save money. So I would, she would get all the plugins. She knew of all the things that I needed, and then she would get them onto my website and then kind of show me what I needed to do. And then I would go from there and I would build it out from there. And then I joined a membership. What do you call it? It was a membership. And they taught a lot about growing your membership. And I joined that and I learned a lot. I went to some of their in-person events and learned a lot there. And I've taken a lot of classes and done a lot of just studying online of what other people do. And at these live events, I got to meet several people, that are doing kind of the same thing where they're teaching in a subscription-based membership online. And so we would share here and there. But, since I started, a lot of things have changed. I started where it was called a forum on my website. And so that was where you could talk to each other. But it's always just been a little clunky where it's a little more difficult. To share your pictures, you'd have to make them smaller because if you were to put big, huge pictures on my website, it would take up space, make it small, make the pages take longer to load. There's just a lot going on. And so over the years, we had to upgrade the server. We had to do so many different things to make my website be able to keep up with all that was going on. And then at the same time, I'm adding more products and things on the side. So there was a lot to learn. But thankfully, everything that I did went slowly so that I was learning along with it. And then it was these past few years that I knew that the website needed, not the website, but the academy needed, something more. And now that there's all these other platforms and I would see what others are able to do, I was like, I want to do that. I want to provide that for my academy members. And that's how I came upon just studying all the different platforms. And there's so many. And then what you want them to do and how easy they would work with your website. And so thankfully, Jill, my webmaster, she knew exactly how to connect it to my website. Otherwise, I'd still be researching. And so she got that taken care of. And then, I did some things by myself. She got all the behind the scenes things done for me. And yeah, and what would you do differently? I don't know. As long as you have somebody that understands what you want to do and is able to do that for you, I think I was in pretty good hands. Because all I would say is, I need to do this. And she'd say, oh, okay, I'll see what plugin, because you put these plugins into your website. But every plugin that you put into your website, it has a chance of making another plugin not work when it doesn't work well with that other plugin. So there's so many different things that are way beyond what I have time to learn. And she was able to figure that out for me. And I don't know what I would do differently. I mean, it went slowly, thankfully. I'm very, very glad that I joined these different the groups and learned from those. They have helped me quite a bit in how to promote and get the word out on how to get people to find you, email lists, social media, all those things. So, yeah, just a lot of researching and learning, what's out there. And it's always, always changing. Did I leave anything out?
So you need basically someone to step alongside you, a webmaster.
I mean, there are other ways, like we had discussed before, or I don't know if we discussed it here, but we discussed it at that other thing where, there are easy things that you can just plug into your website, like Shopify. You can put that in there, and then you're paying a monthly fee, but everything is going to work
for you,
seamlessly. Where with my website, you put it in there and you can personalize it and make it to work for you. And that's what I chose to do from the beginning. And so you kind of have to stick with that from there. And I have a WooCommerce. I have Woo subscriptions and everything. And it all works together. And there's different plugins that help it to work better. And I don't know if I could ever keep up with all these different plugins and things that, I'll look into them here and there. Because I've, recently looked into them to see what else, is there a plugin out there that can help me help this work better? And thankfully, Jill knows what those are usually, or if she doesn't, she will look it up. So that has been wonderful to have somebody. And I found her by listening to podcasts, and she was on a podcast, and she was, what was it called? If you had like an emergency on your website, she could come in and fix it for you. And I had somebody build my website way, way back when, and they just kind of showed me how to put stuff in it. And from there, I just built that for several years until I got to where there was things happening and things were growing so fast that I had emergencies. Where this isn't working at all. So that's when I listened to that podcast, and then I got a hold of Jill, and then she started helping me with all these little situations and how to fix them. And then after that, she started hosting my website, and then I outgrew that, and she found me a different server. So she's been with me from the beginning. Yeah. So if you could find somebody like that, that's the best. And then the next question is, who did your background? So if you've watched before, this was our test wall. I feel like I've been talking forever. You want to cover this?
This is our test wall. All right. And somebody asked, who did your background? And we're assuming they meant the background here that is our backdrop here in the YouTube studio. And this was the test wall for the south wall in the gymnasium. We had a little bit of a sound issue in the gymnasium. We had a sound expert come in, and he wanted to cover up our brickwork, our beautiful brickwork that Teresa and I had slaved away on with sound panels. And we're like, no, we're not doing that. So send him on his way. And we started fiddling around with putting felt on the wall, on that south wall. And then I think
had many different
ideas. But the wool woven was the best. Yeah.
Well, because we needed something to take the echo out of the gym, and we knew it had to be like wavy.
Yep. With texture.
A dimension to it.
Yep.
Where we had put like some of our flat felted pieces on there, which might have helped a little bit, but it was still flat.
It didn't have that, the ins and outs that this woven roving has in it. Actually, I mean, everyone who comes in, they all agree that the south wall of the gymnasium looks like the North Dakota prairie.
Yes.
That's what it looks like. And and they did it just free form, Elizabeth and Kathleen.
Yeah, so they practiced on this. This is the first time either one of them had done this.
Yep. And here I'll try to, I don't know if you can see this. If I pull it apart, you can see the wires right here. See that? It's every 2 inches there's a wire that they warped. That was the warp, up and down. And then they wove the roving in and out of the wires.
And so then they went and did the gym after this.
Yep.
Over several months.
Yep.
This took them, what, a day?
Like 3 hours to do this wall. I mean, once they got it warped, it took, a couple hours to warp it, but yeah. Libby did not, your daughter did not like the lift.
No. So in the gym, she had to go really high.
Yeah. So Kathleen had to do
the higher.
And it cut to the peaks and whatnot.
So Libby helped in the beginning, but Kathleen did most of it.
Yeah, towards the end there. It's beautiful. We get it's an amazingly unique piece to the schoolhouse that I've never seen anything like it. I've seen, very large pieces, like about this, maybe the maximum of this size.
Yeah.
But nothing like what.
And it did help. It helped a lot with the echoing problem. Right away when we had a bunch of junk in there, and when we removed all of that and they finished the floor, and Chris was standing on, I don't know, what we were like 3 feet away. We couldn't hear each other.
No, it was unbelievable.
It was such a bad,
Oof.
So
it would just grab the sound and throw it over here. So it is much better. Yep. So that is. So the answer on the background is Elizabeth and Kathleen. To get right down to it.
And it's all wool roving.
So our prize winners, last week's answer, well, the question was, what should we name our loom? Because apparently we need to name our big J loom. And we had some votes on
several suggestions.
And what we decided to do was to put all those folks that offered up a name suggestion into a hat, and we drew a name and Custer out of that. And then what we are going to do is propose it again to you all with these names. And Ann Custer, congratulations.
You're the winner. You just need to contact us on the bearcreekfelting.com website and we will send out your prize.
Congratulations, dear. Yes. And those loom names that you need to chime in on now and pick between them are Nomi, N-O-M-I,
Joy,
Jenny,
Alice,
and Karin, K-A-R-I-N.
And so if you want to know the background on why they chose those names, you can just look at last YouTube, 172, and they put why. Alice is the name of the person that donated, or the person
original owner.
They owned the loom, and then her family donated it after she passed away.
Yeah. So anyway, so there we go. So
you just, in the comments section below,
scroll down on your phone
and just
or your
put,
computer.
This is who I vote for. This is the name I vote for. If you have a different name, that's fine.
Yeah.
Put that in there.
Yeah. That's fine.
And then we will pick from those.
Yeah.
And see which ones get the most votes.
Yep. And then, you all are watching this Saturday at the earliest. We hope you are coming to Nome this weekend. Saturday and Sunday, we have our Nome for the Holidays, our second annual Nome for the Holidays. We're so excited.
Which we had come up with soon after we
my goodness.
bought the school. We said, we're going to have Nome for the Holidays.
Yep.
And this is our second year.
And it's just going to grow every year. Next year, we're hoping to have the animals on site, more animals on site.
We had so many plans from live nativity, sleigh rides.
It'll come.
We haven't gotten them in there yet, but
they're coming.
They're in the plans.
They're coming. Yep.
There's many things going on in the community as well, so it's worth a drive out just to stop at those and come up here.
Yep.
We've been really stocking up in the store for this event. There's many things for crafters. Anybody in the fiber arts, we have products. We have new t-shirts.
New t-shirts.
Yep. We have lots of new t-shirts and sweatshirts and
everything else.
It would be with your trip out here. Yummy soup today, Saturday.
Yep. And then tomorrow we have
alpacas
Santa. Mr. and Mrs. Santa. We are privileged to have both of them here on Sunday. Yep. Mill tours. Make and take ornaments. Free gift wrapping. So
and
all sorts of wonderful.
Lots of vendors in the gym.
Oh, the vendors! So many wonderful vendors. Yeah.
And it looks like the weather's going to be decent.
It does. Yep, it does. Yep, a little warmer on Sunday rather than Saturday, but yeah, come both days. That would be amazing. Yeah, and then next weekend
we have concerts on the 10th and the 11th. The 10th is Saturday. We're having a dinner concert, which is we're serving a dinner and an amazing concert in the
And
gym.
what is the dinner on the 10th?
I don't remember. Some beef stuff.
Some beef stuff. Well, if it comes out of Libby's kitchen, you know it's good. And then we have, and then the dessert concert is Sunday.
At some time.
So I'm not going to ask. I know what the dessert is. It's yeah.
We sent that last. Said a little.
I can't say it. It's
Pavlova.
It's amazing. I've had it.
We didn't share that though because we.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. Yes, so good. Okay. Anywho, yes. Oh, you have a snowman needle felting class on the 6th. Ooh.
I think it's on the 9th.
Oh.
I screwed up.
Okay. And then the basket weaving, I think, is sold out. Isn't it?
One of them.
One of them is. Okay.
I think there's one of them sold out, and then there's two. She's doing one on the 14th and one on the 15th. And one of them sold out, but the other one has plenty of room.
Very good. Very good.
And it's the same class. It's just two different classes because they fill up so fast.
Yep.
And then we have a needle felting retreat in February with Jean Hainlin. She does the 2D felting. So that's going to be a lot of fun. A little different teacher, not me. She does an amazing job.
Painting with wool rather than sculpting with wool.
Yeah, so she's going to be painting, wet felting, and finishing with needle felting.
It's going to be cool.
Fun thing. So you have to check that out. She's got there's some really cute pictures of what you're going to make if you follow the link below.
Yeah.
Taste of Fiber is in April. That's always a popular retreat. I'm sure it will fill up really fast.
Yeah, quite a few already signed up for
that's where you get a taste of all the different fiber arts from weaving to crocheting to
knitting,
carding, felting,
needle felting, wood felting. Yeah.
And then make sure you save room on your calendar for the September 1st through the 8th is the second annual safari, and we will be making a giraffe. There's many people in the academy that are thinking and trying to hone their skills so that they're ready for the giraffe.
Okay, so what if that sells out and you have enough that want to do another one? You'll add one, wouldn't you?
I maybe.
All right, God bless you all. Thank you for joining us.
That's all, folks.